Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is KM Kadir Kaushik. Today, I'm going to show you how to clean dataset. So, as you can see, we have imported the relevant libraries, NumPy and Pandas. So, the data today we will be working with is data of Google Play Store. All right, so let's load the dataset. Great. So, we have the dataset of Google Play Store and which consists of 10,841 rows and 13 columns. And the columns we have is the name of the apps, category of the apps, ratings, reviews, size, installs, type, price, content rating, genres, last updated, current version, and Android version. Okay, so let's go through the information regarding the dataset. Great. So we are supposed to expect 10,841 values in every columns. These are the columns. So any columns which consist of values less than 10,841, we will immediately understand that it has some missing values. And we see that rating has 9,367. That means it has got missing values. There are others as well. Let me make it easy for you to understand. Great. So as we can see that the rating column has 1474 missing values. The type has 1, content rating has 1, current version 8, and Android version has 3 missing values. So whenever we receive a raw data, so we can expect there will be a lot of missing values and also other problems like wrong data types. So what do we do with the missing values? How do we treat them? So we have two options. We either drop them or impute. So what, for example, here in the column rating, there are 1474 missing values. We cannot just randomly fill any values, right? Because it will adversely impact the analysis in future. However, since this column content rating and current version, they have very insignificant amount of missing values. So what we can do is we can either impute the missing values with the average of the entire data in entire average of the average value and maybe a median or maybe the most frequent value mode. Okay, let's start with first. Let's drop the missing values in the rating columns. Drop the rows having null values in rating field. And how do we do so? Complement sign. Dot is null. Okay. Rating dot data dot rating dot is null. Okay. Great. So let's check the shape again. All right. So now we have 9,367 rows. Previously we had 10,841. Okay. So let's check this cross verify. See, we have 0 missing values now because we have dropped all the missing values of this column, all the rows of which had missing values in the rating column. Okay. So the next thing we do is inspect the nulls in Android version. So 1, is. All right. So what do we see? That Android version has three missing values, and yes, here three missing values. However, this particular column we see is a problem because the category content was supposed to have data type object, not which is non-numeric, and the rating which is out of 5, but here it's written 19, which is absurd, definitely. So, and see, this free was supposed to be here. So what we understand that the values are shifted towards left side. So it's best we drop this particular column and keep this 2. Okay, let's do it. Drop the row having shifted value. How do you do that? Shifted value we can refer to is that it has also category 1.9. Okay, so and data 1 dot category equals 1.9. Okay, so what we should do is let's assign it to data 1, and this particular we should remove. That's why let's give a complement sign. Yes. Okay, great. So now we have removed this particular row. So let's check the nulls again in Android version to cross verify. Okay, how do you do that? Now, see, we have successfully dropped this record, and now we have these two. So what we should do is now it's best we impute these two missing values with mode, which is the most frequent value. So let's check the most frequent value. Right. So the most frequent value we are seeing that 4.1 and up. So let's impute it. Impute missing values. Great. So now let's cross verify Android version column. All right, so we have successfully imputed, and now we have 0 missing values. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing with the current version, which also had 4 missing values. And as it's a very insignificant number of missing values, so what we do is, instead of dropping them, we're going to also impute them with the mode value of the column of current value. Okay, so current version. Let's check the mode first. So the mode is varies with device. All right. Okay. Great. So let's check again. Final cross check. All right, so now we have no missing values because we have imputed the current version with the mode value of current version column. Also, we did the same with Android version, and we dropped all the missing values from the rating. We have dropped all the rows which had missing value in the rating column. Now, as we have 0 missing values now, the next thing we do in order to clean the data is handling incorrect data types. Okay. Let's analyze the price column first, maybe. Okay, but before that, let's check the data types. All right, so do you see anything suspicious? You will understand right now. Okay, so you see the app has all the non-numeric values, which is the object. Okay, understandable. Category object, understandable. Rating has float. Okay, rating has float, which means the number with decimals. Reviews has all the numbers, integers. However, it's written object. So this is a problem because it's supposed to be either integer or float, right? Size is okay. Installs, it's supposed to be, see here, it's supposed to be float, but it's written object. But why? So often we face this kind of trouble. That is, we are supposed to have numeric values in a column, but but since the column already is incorporated with also both numeric values and non-numeric values, which is here we see the plus sign and comma. Also, another suspicious thing is price should have had no, float or integer, but however it's saying it's object. Let's first analyze price. All right, so see here 2.99 is the numeric value, but dollar is a non-numeric sign, non-numeric value. So we have to get rid of all the dollar signs, which means we have to get rid of all the dollar signs in the 9,000, around, yeah, 9,000 plus of records. So are we going to do this manually? Definitely not. So what we do, we write a function to make the changes. So write function to erase all the dollar signs. And how do we do so? Data1 dot price, because the price variable we are working with. So we assign it in data1 dot price. So data1 dot price, apply the function, so bracket on. So we'll be doing the lambda function. So here we see that we have only numeric value just 0, and the rest of them are object because of dollar sign. So we have to fix 0 and all the rest of all those non-zero values too. So the condition would be 0 if x equals to 0. Here this 0 is not numeric. 0 if x equals to 0, else x all right, great. So let's check the price. See, within few seconds we have erased all the dollar signs in the over 9,000 records in the column of price. Okay, so this problem is fixed. Now the next problem we will be working with is the reviews column, which has all the values as numbers, but however it's written object. Okay, let's check. Let's see what's the problem. Interesting. So here there is no problem. There is no non-numeric value over here. All of them are number, in fact integers, not float. So we can just simply change the data type. How do we do so? Test type function. All right. So let's also check. See, now we have price as float. We have reviews as integer. It's fixed. The data types, which was object before, now we have fixed it. Now the one last problem we have discussed a few minutes back, that this one installs. This installs column, it is supposed to have all numeric values. However, there is comma and plus sign, which is going to be a problem for future analysis. And how do we do so? we have to clean the install column. Okay. See, the problem is there is two non-numeric object, which was plus and comma sign. So we have to write a function. So installs values. Okay. Return. We want the final value to be integer, and vals dot replace. We want to replace what? Comma, right? There was comma. And to replace it with nothing, right? Okay. Dot replace. And what another thing we're supposed to replace? Plus sign. Okay. Replace it with empty, right? Okay. So the function worked, and we are gonna apply it to the entire column. The function to install column. How do you do so? Installs dot apply clean installs. Right? Oh, there's a problem. Let's check what's the problem. Okay, great. Now let's all right. So now we got rid of all the commas and the plus signs just with the right code. Now we can say that we are done. We are kind of done with all the issues. We can again check. Just final check. Yeah, so install is integer and rating is float, price is float. So and yes, all the other are supposed to be objects because they are non-numeric. So we are also done with fixing the data types. The last thing now we have to do is sanity check. So I'll explain what sanity check is. Sanity check. Okay. So what is sanity check? Here in the data set, when you go through the data set, there are some certain logical reasoning you can make. For example, the installs and reviews. Definitely, there cannot be more reviews than the installs, right? Because in fact, there can be less reviews but more installs, but not more reviews than installs. So sometimes we can face this problem if there can be wrong entry in the data set, or maybe because of any discrepancy or inconvenience, whatever. So we might face this sort of issue. So we have to check these things just so that it does not cause problem or it does not adversely affect our future analysis. So this is kind of sanity check we are gonna right now go through. Let's check. So let's check whether the reviews are more than data installs. I mean, more than the installs. Data one dot reviews. So is it greater than data one installs? Yeah. So see, it's irrational, right? It's not supposed to be like this. There cannot be more reviews than more installs, because someone who has not installed the app in the first place, why would that person be reviewing the data? So even if someone had, so that does not actually provide sense to our analysis, to our future analysis, right? So it's best we get rid of them. And how do we get rid of them? Same code, but right now we will make it less than or equals to. Okay, great. So let's check the type and price. Okay, so great. So no more. Perfect. Okay, so also we can do some other sanity checks as well. The type and price. So see, when we have type written as free, it means the price is 0. So definitely there cannot be any column which has price more than 0 and the type is free. So let's check whether there is any column existing which has value. Let's see whether there is any value of the price column existing which has non-zero value and the type is free. Type and price. Data dot type equals to free, and also data dot price is greater than 0. Okay, what's wrong? Type and data one price greater than. All right. Okay, so great. So there is no price column. I mean, there is no row in the price column which has any non-zero value, and that simultaneously have type value as free. So there can be any other sanity checks you can do based on your understanding. It totally depends on how you want to check with your rationalization. So that would be all. I hope you liked the video. So this is more or less a basic understanding of how you should clean your data set. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much for watching my video. And if you have any further suggestion or any question, you can post down in the comment box. And if you want the dataset, please also mention it in the comment box with your email address. I will be very happy to email you the dataset for your practice work. Thank you.